Hey everybody, welcome back to the Thinking Crypto channel. I hope you're doing well. It's another bullish day in the market. Bitcoin blasted through $50,000 last night. All coins are rallying as well. I want to go through the details and talk to you about what may happen next, right? Because look, we could have a correction and I want to share the details on that. There's some resistance levels coming up, and you should be prepared and know what is coming up, as well as from a macro level, where are we at. In addition, Visa has bought an NFT, huge endorsement of crypto and NFTs, guys. I want to share the details there. And we have news from President Bukele out of El Salvador on how they plan to launch Bitcoin as a legal tender next month. This is happening next month. And I'm trying to get an interview with him, by the way. We're also going to talk about Iran and their Bitcoin mining ban lift. Now, they had just recently gave out like 30 crypto licenses. So this is kind of a silly ban, in my opinion. It's just smoke and mirrors. So we're going to go through the details there. Now, before we get to it, please go ahead and hit the thumbs up button, leave a comment below, and hit the subscribe button. If you're new here, it helps support the channel and it doesn't cost you anything. Guys, this video is brought to you by OKCoin Crypto Exchange, where you can buy, sell, and trade your favorite cryptocurrencies, and you don't have to pay high fees. OKCoin has low fees. You can buy Cardano, Dogecoin, Polkadot, Chainlink, Cosmos, whatever, Algorand, HBAR, Stacks, whatever you like. You can also, guys, stake your crypto and keep 100% of the rewards. OKCoin does not charge any rewards, charge any fees. You can stake Tezos, AVAX, Atom, as well as Cardano, and keep 100% of the rewards, guys. So sign up, link in the description. Also, please be sure to sign up for my free weekly newsletter, link in the description as well. So let's take a look at the market here. I'm going to refresh. Bitcoin at $50,184, up about 3% from a 24-hour perspective, up near 8% from a 24-hour perspective, 7-day perspective. Ethereum is at $3,363. Look at Cardano. My goodness, it's been ripping it. $2.91. I'm so glad I have some Cardano in my portfolio. It is really, I think, been leading the market. Now, we know ultimately, we step back, right? Bitcoin moves the market, but some of these altcoins at times can pull Bitcoin, right, with the bullish momentum. And I think Cardano's been doing that. It helped pull Bitcoin over $50,000, right? Looking great. XRP at $1.29. Those of you who own Dogecoin, it's at 32 cents. But, if you're making money, I'm happy for you, right? Because look, guys, that's what I'm here for. I'm here to make money. I've said it many times, make no mistake about it. So let's look at the Bitcoin chart here. Once again, as the benchmark, not that anything special about Bitcoin, but rather it moves the market, right? So we see about how many green candles here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5.5 green candles on the weekly chart. I don't think this is going to keep going up in a sense of this week we're going to go blasting through 60K. I don't think that's going to happen. The likelihood of that is low. I think we will see a pullback to build support levels and test some of these support levels, and then we will keep going back up. Also, I tweeted about this yesterday. Historically, September has not been that great for Bitcoin. So, you could throw that into the mix and say, well, here's the possibilities, right? And theoretically what could happen. But I've seen Bitcoin surprise people in the past and surprise us all and prove us all wrong. So it could keep going up. But I don't think so, guys. I think there's a low probability of that, right? Because there's no certainties, but we got to look at the probabilities. So I think we do pull back. We continue to build those support levels, right? Test them and so forth, and then we keep moving up. And I do think we're going to see 6 figures at the peak of this bull run, whether it happens in November and December or into January, February. We'll have to wait and see. Either way, you should have a plan. What price points you're going to cash out on. And you may say, well, I don't hold Bitcoin. I only hold altcoins. Well, like I said, the market moves with Bitcoin. So if you see Bitcoin have a strong move, guess what usually follows Bitcoin's strong move? Altcoins, alt season, guys. So that's where you want to know what the hell Bitcoin is doing so that you can, even if you don't hold it, you can know what you're doing with your altcoins, right? So keep these things in mind. So don't be surprised. Sometime this week, Bitcoin goes to 55, hit some resistance, comes back down, test some support levels, then we move sideways, and then we go back up. I think that's a more likely scenario versus Bitcoin blasts all the way to 60 something K. And then I don't know, I could be wrong, but if it goes to $100,000 this week, I'm not going to complain, right? I'm just trying to give you the realistic scenario. Now, check this out. The Bitcoin stock to flow model, the daily price, notice that we're going back into that blue zone. So this looks good. And I've talked about the stock to flow model for a long time. I've shared it with you guys. It's one of the macro level charts that I pay attention to get a pulse on what's happening in the market. And I hope you've been following it as well. My goal is not for for me to be the only source of truth or source that you can come get this information. I want you to go learn about this and study it, because the more educated you are, the more you're able to make informed decisions when it comes to investing. So the stock to flow model playing out, we've seen it dip outside of the blue before historically. Obviously, you can't predict black swan events such as China banning Bitcoin mining, or even like the pandemic last year, things along those lines. So we're inching back into being on track here within the stock to flow model, which is a bullish sign. Here's another chart from Charts BTC showing Bitcoin price history, diminishing returns per halving epoch. So you'll see here, going back to Bitcoin's inception, the first halving, and what was the returns? 40x, right, for the first halving, second halving, 20x, third halving, 10x. So as you can clearly see, we haven't hit our blow off top here, right? If you look at the price breakdown here and the charts and the peaks and the valleys here, we're nowhere near what the blow off top was for these other bull markets following the halving. So there's still another way to go. And if we're looking at diminishing returns, let's say we only do a 5x, hell, even if we only do what, a 3x, or even a 2x, we're still going to be above, $100,000 and above. And I think if we're looking at the chart, we could top off at near 150,000, which would be like a 3x from here, right? So let's see what happens. But clearly you can see from the data and how this is formulated that we have not hit that blow off top yet. We still have ways to go. So this is why I'm looking at this data, so I have in my mind, what am I going to do as far as cashing out and taking profits, right? And that's why you also should have in your mind and study these things of what is the next step. Now, check this out, guys. This is a huge endorsement for the crypto market and NFTs as well. Visa invests $150,000 in NFT CryptoPunk Asset. Visa has made a sizable investment in the NFT space, acquiring a popular digitally pixelated CryptoPunk. Now, I believe in NFTs. I believe it's the future. I believe it's not just going to be about artwork. NFTs are going to be used by banks and different companies and so forth to send imagery, documentation, so on and so forth. Would I buy a CryptoPunk? No, not for me. Would I buy a sports NFT? Yes, because I believe sports, especially if you get like some popular player in the NFL, NBA, MLB, whatever, right? And it's maybe rare, there's only one of them or three of them, whatever, that could have value over time because it's associated to someone that can grow in popularity and so on and so forth. I don't think I need to explain that, because if you collect comic books or trading cards like I have growing up, you would know, right? These things, the rarity there can drive the value up. So here's what Visa tweeted. Over the last 60 years, Visa has built a collection of historic commerce artifacts, from early paper credit cards to the Zip Zap machine. Today, as we enter a new era of NFT commerce, Visa welcomes CryptoPunk number 7,610 to our collection. We support the creators, collectors, and artists driving the future of NFT commerce. Learn about more in our perspective, blah, 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 blah. Guys, I hope you see what's happening here. And remember, Visa's not only dabbling in NFTs, they're dabbling in crypto. We see they're going to be working with different crypto companies, crypto support. I think it was USDC. They're going to be integrating that. So all the credit card companies, banks, stock exchanges, everybody's getting involved. This is big, guys. And so if you want to know my NFT strategy, so to speak, I'm honestly looking for sports NFTs, or maybe if I do get some specific artwork, it's around someone who has notoriety, not like a random NFT, like some random dude who did his artwork. So that's how I'm looking at it, because I want it to have lasting potential, so to speak, and I'll be able to sell it later on. So that is what I'm looking at. Now, am I spending $150,000 like Visa? Hell no, right? I'm looking for stuff, maybe even if it's a few thousand, maybe it's like a basketball, I'm a big basketball fan, so I'll go there, but maybe it's a basketball NFT, and I will hold on to that and flip it later on. So that's my strategy. I would love to hear what you guys, are doing, if you want to leave it in the comment section. So next month, my friends, El Salvador will be making Bitcoin a legal tender. President Bukele said Bitcoin legal tender launch to be supported by 200 new ATMs and 50 new branches. Bitcoin buying will be available without commissions. I don't care, once again, if you hate Bitcoin and you don't hold it. This is so big for the crypto market as a whole. Doesn't matter what you hold, guys, because we're so early in the adoption curve. And that's why I've said it 1,000 times. We need Bitcoin to do well. We need Bitcoin to have adoption, because usually Bitcoin is the doorway to the rest of the market, right? People hear about Bitcoin, and they come in and they discover Ethereum and XRP and Chainlink and blah, 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 whatever else, Doge, right? So keep that in mind, guys. This is so big for the crypto market, and it makes me very bullish. And this is one of the, could be a catalyst that helps drive Bitcoin's price to 100,000, in addition to a Bitcoin ETF, and other countries following El Salvador's move, right? Because game theory, we've talked about it a lot. Now, speaking of game theory, Iran to lift Bitcoin mining ban in September. Authorized Bitcoin miners will be able to resume their operations after the electricity preservation policy during the hot summer months. Now, this is like, okay, yeah, because if we go back to just June, Iran Trade Ministry issues 30 crypto mining licenses. So this wasn't like a ban because they hate Bitcoin or because something bad was happening. I think they were trying to maybe buy the dip. Just my opinion, right? I don't think it was so much about the electricity, honestly. They were issuing the licenses clearly in June, which is part of the summer months. So this is maybe a bit of a smoke and mirrors move, and we'll probably see other countries follow suit. I think a lot of miners are going to Kazakhstan, and I think, as we talked about since going back to 2018, I think there's going to be a Bitcoin mining war, a battle for control of the hash rate. This will be another Cold War, I think, and that's the reason we see the United States allowing Bitcoin miners to set up shop, even though you have the likes of Elizabeth Warren, Janet Yellen, these clowns talking trash about crypto and trying to overtax it or overreach on regulating it. No one's stopping the Bitcoin miners in the United States. That's simply the facts, guys. So I think this is going to be a big thing moving forward. Now, it doesn't mean everything will revolve around Bitcoin, but it's just one segment, but it's an important segment for the future of this asset class and the technology. So I think we will see many countries start to battle for offering incentives to Bitcoin miners to come to their country, guys. I think that's what's ahead. And it wouldn't surprise me if certain central banks and governments start holding Bitcoin on their balance sheet. I think that's coming. And that's just my opinion. You may disagree, but I think that's coming. So guys, what do you think? Do you agree with me about the Bitcoin price movements that, look, it could go to 55K, then I think we see a correction. And when I say correction, I don't mean a deep correction like we saw, from the not the blow off top, but rather the overshot that we had from the first half of this year. And then, Bitcoin really went too far ahead from its trajectory. then we had a huge correction. I think we see these small dips, corrections on the way up. And I think there's slow, steady growth. I want slow, steady growth. I don't want another moonshot like this, guys. This was too fast, and that's why we saw that huge correction, right? But the good thing is I think it's going to play out like it did in 2013, the double peak, and we keep going up. And yes, there will be a bear market. So that's why I keep saying have a plan. Check out my cash out plan video in the description of this video. If you don't know what you're doing or you're new to the market, hopefully it's a helpful guide. I'm not saying it's perfect, but I have a plan what I'm doing. So you should as well. So guys, leave your thoughts and comments below. Hit the thumbs up button, share this video, and I'll talk to you all later.